welcome to Driversroom. This is round 1 of season 3 of the Festival of Speed for Tier 2. Round 1 seasons come from the Catalunya circuit, the GP layout in Barcelona. Now, season 3, we have 2 car choices open for selection for the teams, the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 or the McLaren F1 GTR. Whichever car the teams or drivers select for round 1, they have to use through to round 4 and then the other car to the end of the season. So let's head down to the grid and see what people have chosen and where they have ended up after qualifying. In pole position, we have Nightmare Racer on Racing Supersofts. Nightmare Racer has gone with the DBR9, and you can also see he's carrying on Neon Knight's domination. Will anybody be able to stop them this year? In second on Racing Softs is Cudio. Cudio has also chosen the DBR9. A great qualifying from Cudio. We'll see how he can challenge Nightmare for the race win. In third on Racing Supersofts, we have Jason. He is in the F1. A great quali from Jason, looking like his end of season 2 form is still with him into season 3. We'll see if he can push on today. In fourth, we have Jules on Racing Supersofts. Jules has chosen the DBR9 and he had a steady season in season 2. He'll be looking to carry that on in season 3, starting from 4th today, has every opportunity. In 5th, we have Grim on Racing Supersofts. Grim is also in the DBR9. The off-season has brought a little bit of a move for Grim, who has been picked up by Non Plus Ultra or WD-40, and it seems to have done the trick with Grim starting from 5th today. In 6th, we have Kimaru running on Racing Supersofts. He is in the McLaren F1. Kim has dropped down to Tier 2 from Tier 1 for Season 3. He'll be looking for some decent results for Team Firestorm before he takes a little siesta or sabbatical, sorry, in Season 4. In 7th, we have myself, Craig P., also in the F1. I'm on Racing Softs. Decent end of season, season 2. See if I can carry it into season 3. Can I have my work cut out for me starting from 7th today, though. In 8th, we have Jammy on Racing Supersofts. He has chosen the DBR9. Also, another driver to have a swap during the off-season, moving from Team Cadbury over to Team Pegasus. Will this be the luck changer Jammy has been searching for? In 9th, we have Jammy's new Pegasus teammate, Boss, running on Racing Supersofts. Jammy's also chosen the DBR9. He had a solid season 2, even with a few tech issues. I'm sure he'll be looking for a much smoother season 3. In 10th, we have Rocker on Racing Softs. He is chosen the F1 GTR. A lot to do from 10th from Rocker, but a decent driver, so should be able to make quite a few places up today. We'll see how he gets on in the McLaren. In 11th, we have JC on Racing Supersofts. Bit of an up and down season 2 for JC. Maybe season 3 will be a bit more up than down for him. But starting in a down for season 3, he has the wrong livery on. Although I did the same at the end of season 2, so I can't say too much. In 12th, we have Monroe in Racing Softs. He's chosen the DBR9. Sorry, JC's also in the DBR9, which I didn't mention. So back to Monroe. He is in the DBR9. Monroe had a steady season 2. Just a few strategy choices hurt Monroe. Hopefully he's worked on that and got them ironed out for season 3. In 13th, we have Scary Guy on Racing Supersofts. He's also chosen the DBR9. Scary joined us with a few races to go last season. I think it was round 7 and round 8. But he had some major connection issues. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more stable for him, and we can actually see what he can do from 13th. And last but not least, we have in 14th Terminal Goat on Racing Softs. He has chosen the McLaren F1. New to the driver's room, I think this is his first Tier 2 appearance in DRFS. Starting from the back, he's going to have a massive job on today. He did actually qualify up higher, but was in the pits when the race started. So that's the grid for round 1. Let's see how the guys get on in the race in these new challenges. So we join the guys as we get ready for round 1 to start. You hear the revs built as we're waiting for the lights to turn green. And they're away. Nightmare gets a good start. Kudio gets a slow start. Jason up into second with a lightning start in the F1. Kim in 5th, Jules in 7th, Jamie in 9th, as we see someone go flying. Monroe absolutely torpedoes through the first corner. Must have missed his braking point quite a bit there. Kim now up in the 3rd, so 2 Firestorm cars in 2nd and 3rd, Nightmare pulling away in 1st. Good stuff from Grim. He's jumped a place up to 4th. Jules just behind him. They've swapped places. Julio falling down to 6th after his slow start. Myself still in 7th. With Rocker right behind me as Rocker looks up the inside, but I just keep the place around the outside. Terminal Goat with a great start. He's from 14th up to 9th. JC in 10th. Boss in 11th. He's lost 2 places. Monroe in 12th. Jamie has fallen down to 13th. And a Scary Guy is at the back. His car looking worse for wear already. We see Grim putting a move on Kim. Kim will have the slipstream. Should have the pace up the start finish straight to get that back into turn 1. Although Grim gets a much better run through turn 1. Maybe his Aston is better seated than the F1. So just to see a breakdown of the cars for the choices, we've got an Aston in 1st, 2 McLarens from the same team in 2nd and 3rd. We've got an Aston in 4th, an Aston in 5th, an Aston in 6th, then another F1, then another Aston. And myself, what has happened here? go back and take a look as we jump on board with myself. You see JC and Terminal in front. Just missed my braking point altogether and punt Terminal clean off the track. Boss gives me a tap for my troubles, but there's nothing he could do about that. I was already in the middle of my accident. Put me down to 13th, Terminal down to 12th after his good start. Disaster for the pair of us, but mainly for him as an innocent bystander. So as we were saying, top half of the field does seem to be dominated by Astons here at Catalunya. I know the Jason with a big slide. I know the setup we have on Firestorm was definitely different to how it felt when we did it. So as we start lap 3, we've got Nightmare stretching away in first. Jason still holding a good second, also going purple for sector 1. Great run from Jason so far. Kim in third, Grim in 4th, Jules in 5th, Gudio in 6th, recovering after his slow start. Rocker up to 7th, JC in 8th, Boss in 9th, followed by his teammate Jammy in 10th. Monroe having a great run in 11th. Terminal trying to get back up to speed in 12th. Myself in 13th, and Scary Guy in 14th. Excuse me. As we see Nightmare also going purple for sector 2. Neon Knights, back-to-back champions, Season 1, Season 2 of 2020. It's looking quite ominous already, even in round 1. Nightmare seems to be in very good control of this race. He's been left on his own as Sean went up to Tier 1 after last season. Just have a look at the live timings. So we've got a 1.3 seconds from Nightmare to Jason, and then we've got 3.4 back to Grim, with Kim another 1.9 back from him, with Jules half a second back from Kim. So Nightmare's starting to settle into a good rhythm now. Jason just trying to follow him. Tyre wear not much different. The McLaren just a little bit more on that left hand side. Grim having a great run. In third for his new team. I see Kim runs wide. Jules in fifth. Jules' tyre wear looking very good on the DBR now. So is Kudios. The McLaren definitely a little bit more tyre weary on that left hand side than those Astons. Some great looking liveries on this grid. Even the wrong liveries look great. Lovely DeWalt livery of JC. I see Grim still holding his position ahead of Kimaru. Coolio under a bit of pressure from Jules. Rocker behind. JC following in 8th. Boss in 9th. Jammy in 10th. Terminal is now up to 11th. He has passed Monroe. I got myself struggling at the back. That scary guy struggling a little bit more. Nightmare starting to pull a bit of a gap away from Jason now. I see the tyre wear probably really hurting Jason in the F1. So see Nightmare running wide there. And gives the place to Jason. Mistake from Nightmare. Kim is holding off Coolio and Jules, though he's picked up a half a second penalty there for track limits. Although who knows what the track limits are half the time anyway. Coolio and Jules right behind him, trying to stick that nose right underneath Jules' rear wing as Kim runs very wide. Down towards the chicanes and just misses the first chicane altogether. He's had enough of them tyres. He's going to get a change. We've also got Grim in and Jason and Coolio and Rocker. Plenty coming in before the 10-minute mark. So that puts Terminal up the grid order to see where they've fed back in. So Jason is still in 2nd. Jules, who hasn't stopped, is in 3rd. Grim is in 4th after his stop. We'll get it back when Jules stops. JC hasn't stopped, is in 5th. Then we got Boss, who hasn't stopped, in 6th. Kim after his stop in 7th. Coolio after his stop in 8th. Rocker is in 9th after his stop. Jammy still hasn't stopped in 10th. Terminal is yet to stop, he's still in 11th. Monroe is in 12th. I've just gone in for New Boots in 13th and Scary Guy in 14th. So Nightmare just stretching the lead out in front. You'll be looking to pit soon as well. Those left tyres, especially that left front, looking quite bad. Jason catching quite rapidly on his new tyres, just to say that he goes sliding through. Bags of understeer into oversteer through the S. Really struggling to keep that car under control as Nightmare and Jules dive into the pits. It'll just be for tyres, fuel is okay. Out comes Nightmare, where does he feed out? Nightmare feeds back out into 2nd. It's a very quick pit stop here at Catalunya. Grim is in 3rd, not too far behind Nightmare. Both of them on racing super softs. Coolio now up into 4th. Kim in 5th, trying to chase him down. Jules in 6th. Boss in 7th. Rocker in 8th. Jammy in 9th. He's had a few trips to the barriers. We'll look at that front end. Terminal now in 10th. JC in 11th. Need to get in and get a new set of boots. Monroe in 12th. Myself in 13th. Scary Guy in 14th. Jason just try and break away as he just goes fastest for the 2nd sector. Jason's going to try and get away and pick up some points here. Narrowly missing out on the victory in round 8 of season 2. Just his tyres let him down. Could it be the same again today with the McLaren looking the more tyre hungry of the two car choices? Grim just dropping off in the background there from Nightmare, but holding his place quite comfortably from paddling 3 in the background of Coolio, Kim and Jules. Nowhere ready to go. Kim just not able to carry the speed through the corner as the 2 Astons. Coolio pulls away a bit and Jules is looking for a way past through that tricky long right-hander. Although Kim's got a better run through that one. Great battling going on here. And as ever, if you like what you see and you want to get involved in this racing, come and find us on Discord at the Driversroom, or you can contact us via Twitter at Driversroom, and people will show you how to get signed up and how to get involved in this racing. We actually lost one of the teams, Cadbury. A couple of guys couldn't do this season, so there's space for a new team if people want to get one together. It's easy enough done. Just give us a shout on Discord or on Twitter and we'll get you involved. Jules is now up in the 4th. He swapped places with Coolio. Kim is still in 5th. We see Boss in the background and Jammy both going in. Coolio has swapped places with Jules, but Kim is still stuck in the middle as Rocker's in 7th. The Terminal just on his own, as you see. Boss coming out ahead of him and Jammy. They're both going to get out, but Jammy's going to be behind Terminal. Sorry, Boss. Jammy's going to be behind now. Terminal gets it all wrong coming in. Maybe put off just by the 2 Pegasus cars coming out. Completely messes his braking point altogether. Shame. As I seem to have had enough. I am no longer racing. Let's see Monroe having a look on JC. JC falling down the pack now. Monroe on mediums. Not the quickest tyre, might last him a bit longer, but don't tend to be used by, especially here where the pit stop is so short. Maybe it wouldn't quite be worth taking the mediums on with the less grip that they have. So back in the front we have Nightmare back in the lead. Jason must have had an issue somewhere. You see his tyres are starting to go now. There's difference in the 2. Jason's on the racing soft. He stopped about a lap, I think it was, or 2 laps before Nightmare. And his tyres are nearly shot. Grim is still going well in 3rd. Safe to the guys at the back. We have Jules in 4th. Kim still in 5th. Coolio in 6th. Desperately trying to get back past. Claim his 4th place back. Rocket starting to join this party. He'll be looking to get up with his Sega teammate Jules. Or we could have some teamwork and Jules slowing this pack down to let Rocket catch up. Interesting. Now we have Boss and Jammy in 8th and 9th. 2 Pegasus cars running nose to tail. Terminal in 10th. JC in 11th, pulling away now from Monroe. And we have a scary guy into the pits again. Nightmare just starting to pull away from Jason now. Just the tyre difference will be doing that. out of the two of them, the Aston does look a lot more kinder on the tyres. Now, we do have tune-in this racing series, as I've said in videos before. You see Grim diving into the pits. The Aston does tend to understeer in stock setup, but once it's tuned, it's actually a very nice car to drive. So is the F1, but since the physics update, it seems to have changed. Unfortunately, Aston Firestorm, we had done the setup before that, and now the car feels quite a bit different. Jules now up into third after Grim has pitted. He's got Kim right on his tail. Kim's tyres are looking quite sorry for themselves, those left-hand tyres. Rocker up into sixth now after Cudio pitting. Cudio maybe looking to jump Rocker, maybe Kimaru through the pits, but he's going to have to close up to do that. The pit stop isn't very long here. So we've got Nightmare with the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:43.9. Jason really falling off the pace now. He's over a second slower than Nightmare in the last lap. Maybe trying to stretch his tyres to the 20th minute. As you can see, the car just sliding. Yeah, he dives in the pits. Those tyres are toast. See where he's going to feed back out as Kim also jumps into the pits and Rocket. So as you can see there's three McLarens into the pits at the same time, with Aston's going longer. So that's Jason now down to fourth, as Jules has also jumped him. Grim has jumped him. Grim has only just pitted, so he'll be racing Grim for position now. Grim might not pit again. Jules is gonna have to pit. Jason is gonna probably dispatch him before that as he goes underneath. Lovely move by Jason. Cudio probably not gonna have to pit again. Kim now out behind him. And Rocket, so Kim has lost the place through those pit stops down into sixth. Rocket still in seventh. The two Pegasus boys still in eighth and ninth. Terminal still in 10th, not able really to catch the guys in front. JC still in 11th, he can't catch Terminal either, but has dropped Monroe. He's probably struggling now on slightly more mediums. Don't have much grip when they're new, let alone when they're worn. To see Nightmare now pitting from the lead. See where he feeds out. Will he keep his first position? As Jules jumps in the pits, and he does. So Nightmare has pulled out now away from Grim. He's kept his first place, so that could be Nightmare now to the end. 9 minutes left to go, so 8 minutes left to go. That's going to be Nightmare probably sewed all up for victory in round one. Neon Knights, just guys are unstoppable. We're going to have to do something to try and stop them. Maybe block the track. Grim has jumped Jason up into second. A great result in his debut for Non Plus Ultra if he can hold on for the rest of this race. Jason's not going to give up so easily. He is hot on the tail of Grim. He's putting in a personal best sector as well. This is Jason really pushing now. See Kim now up in the fourth. He's got past Jules when Jules pitted. Rocker is now into sixth. He's past Cudio. So Team Sega running in fifth and sixth. So we're heading in towards the last 5 minutes of this race. We have Boss Jamie falling off the back slightly, but still running well in 8th and 9th for Team Pegasus. Double Goat still in 10th, GC still 11th, and Monroe in 12th. We've lost Scary Guy. Look at that live time, and Nightmare with a 2.6 gap now over Grim. He's just strolling away. Jason snapping at the heels of Grim, but just cannot seem to get past him. Cars evenly matched for speed. In fact, Jason has the overspeed with the slipstream as he looks to the inside into turn one. And he get it stopped and rotated. He does. That's Jason now up into second, but Grim is coming back. Grim is not letting Jason away with it lightly as he had a look around the outside, but slopped back in. He's close enough. Is he going to have a look into... No, he sensibly stays behind. Grim just settles down back into third. Still in third. He's just stalking Jason to find a slot to get back past. Kim has pulled away from Jules in fourth, who has pulled away from Rocket in fifth, but the two Team Sega guys aren't really going to push each other too hard on that one. Cudio is in seventh, with Boss a bit down the road, Jammy a bit down the road, Terminal quite a bit down the road, JC even more down the road than that. Monroe is off the road. So we're coming up now, last 3 minutes of this race. Nightmare really does have this sealed up for Neon Knights. Jason in second against Grim, with Grim just stalking him behind. That battle isn't going to be over yet. Grim has marginally better tyres than Jason. We have Kim with much better tyres than the two. It's going to be looking maybe to push on the back and get Grim and have two Firestorms on the podium. see how he gets on. These two is definitely not going to be over until they cross the finish line. Probably the closest battle we have now left on the track. Everybody is spaced right out now. The cars are spaced right out, not the actual drivers. Don't do drugs and drive, kids. It's not good for you. Jason's actually pulled away from Grim now, but then Jason loses it coming towards the S's with bags of understeer. Those left tyres didn't want to grip. The front left has taken quite a bit of battering. He's really going to try and put him under pressure. You see Kim just closing in the background, set his personal best last time round, 144.5. As we're coming to the last minute, this is going to be the last lap. Jason's got a 0.9 second penalty. So if Grim stays where he is, he doesn't have to pass him. If Jason still has that penalty, then Grim will take second. Kim with a 0.1 second penalty. Jules a 0.2. Rocco 0.1. Julio is being a good lad and doesn't have any. Grim is just really putting Jason under pressure now as he's looking to the inside, but just a little bit too far back, couldn't get alongside. Jason has a horrendous exit out of there, couldn't get the power down, and Grim just strolls past in a second. Nightmare for Jason. And talking of nightmares, we have Nightmare Racer coming down towards the line to take round 1 of season 3. Pole to win finish. Graham with a great debut drive for Non Plus Ultra in second. Jason is stopped. He's trying to get rid of his power. Kim comes home with Jason 4th. Jules 5th. Rocca in 6th. Coolio 7th. To see Boss coming home in 8th. Jamison come home in 9th, Terminal in 10th, JC's already finished 11th, Monroe in 12th. That's all for round 1. Come and join us next week for round 2.